wherever you die. Yes, come on. Come on. Oh my gosh. Come on. Listen, enjoy the moment. Whoever is going to come and say, oh yes, but we still consider 2 goals. Just enjoy the moment. Enjoy it. We take one game at a time. We take one game as it comes. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the moment. Come on, United! So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Football with Priscilla. I'm Priscilla, obviously. So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, you guessed it right. This smile is proudly sponsored to you by Hojlund. Hojlund, finally, Hojlund. Like, listen, I am so happy. Like, I'm happy that Manchester United won after a long period of time. But I think the whole world will agree with me that we are more happy that Hojlund finally got his Premier League goal. So ladies and gentlemen, I just want us to talk about the Manchester United versus Aston Villa game. But before we get into the video for today, make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe, and do turn your notifications on to know when next I post a video. I'm so happy. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, the first thing that I want us to talk about is Hojlund's goal. Like, listen, I don't think we can go anywhere. I don't want it to be the last thing we talk about. I want it to be the first thing that we actually talk about now. Ladies and gentlemen, Rasmus Hojlund. We have had hope in that kid. I have had hope, and I'm sure a lot of you have had hope. We could see the kid was going to get a goal here and there. Like in my previous video, I was saying this. I could see the goal coming. We could all see the goal coming, and to see Rasmus finally get his goal, it's like all of us have been vindicated, right? Oh my gosh, the kid. And by the way, pardon the lighting for today. The lights at my place and just around the neighborhood are like, they're not okay. There's a problem with the electricity, so pardon the lighting. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Hojlund finally got his goal, and what a time to get a goal when the confidence of the team is down. The fans had already given up hope in the first half. I was just there like, you know what, I'm used to this, so I might as well just finish the game. My mom was sleeping. Like, the whole internet was telling Manchester United how horrible we are, how Erik ten Hag is horrible, just for Rasmus Hojlund to come and score the goal to win us the match. Do you know what that means to all of us? Like, Rasmus, I am so happy for the kid. Well deserved. He's been great these past few games. There's no one who can tell us that Rasmus is a bad player. His positional sense has been amazing. We've just been waiting for the right chance. He hasn't been getting the services, but we could all tell that there was a player in there. And finally, he has been rewarded for his hard work. So congratulations, Rasmus Hojlund. I am so happy. More so, I am more happy about the Rasmus goal than I am happy about everything. But ladies and gentlemen, yes, finally, Rasmus Hojlund has scored the goal. So the other player that I want us to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is Alejandro Garnacho. Now listen, what a talent we have in Garnacho. 2 goals. The kid never stopped running, and deservedly so. He got the man of the match. He was running. He was a nightmare for those defenders. The kid kept on running and running and running and running, and finally he got the goals, the 2 goals. And I don't think there's anyone who deserves more of the goals than Garnacho. He kept on running everywhere, trying to create as much as he could. And listen, it's good to see our forward players, which for me has been the biggest problem I've had this season. Apart from the fact that we don't have a style of play, apart from the fact that we've been dropping a lot of points, our forward players were not getting goals. So that was my biggest problem. But seeing our forward players getting assists, getting goals is so good. And Garnacho, what a player. Now, I've been saying this and I'll keep on saying this. This narrative that people have brought up, oh, he's the they see Ronaldo in Garnacho, what, trying to compare him to Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, okay, it's good that they are comparing Garnacho to Ronaldo, but I feel like this narrative is getting to his head. Sometimes he can be a little too selfish. But then again, if him being compared to Cristiano Ronaldo is fueling him up more, I don't have a problem with that. But listen, the kid played well, and yes, he deserves the man of the match. But for me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you who my man of the match is at the end of this video. Okay, so another player that I want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, was Marcus Rashford. Now, I feel like he will go unnoticed because obviously Garnacho and Hojlund are the 2 main stars of the game today because they both scored. But I think today Rashford really influenced the game. Like, he kept on running on the left side. It's been long since I saw Rashi that lively, that willingness to run at defenders. And more so today, ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Rashford was willing to pass the ball. In my previous videos and most of my videos, I'm just always saying Rashford pass the ball, and today he passed the ball. So it was great seeing Marcus Rashford Be the Rashford that we know he can be. Run at players, pass the ball. He caused that defense a lot of problems. He and Garnacho today were absolutely immense. Great by Rashford. The other player that I want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is Bruno Fernandes. Now, Bruno today was pulling the strings. Whether you agree with me or not, the passes, the long balls from Manchester United's half to Rashford, to Garnacho, to Hojlund. What a player Bruno Fernandes is. Today, the old Bruno, we saw it. Like, you know, the aggressiveness, the intensity, the technicality, the technical ability. It was so good to see Bruno Fernandes coming to his own today. He's been poor in the previous games, if we have to be honest. But today he was absolutely amazing. Him and Ericsson, I don't think we can take Ericsson out of this game. Ericsson, whenever Bruno plays with Ericsson, it's like now he knows in his head, okay, there's someone that understands the technical side of football, and so Bruno can play the technical side. But like without Ericsson, it's like, who else am I going to bounce off my ideas with technically? And there are very few players in the Manchester United side that are good technically, right? So it was so good to see Ericsson helping out Bruno. Ericsson was also good with the long balls, the long passes. Bruno as well, absolutely pulling the strings and the midfield. What an amazing performance it was for him. The other player that I want to talk about, who I think for me, ladies and gentlemen, this is my man of the match. I think he will go unnoticed because he didn't score the goals like I said, but this guy for me was absolutely immense, and that is Kobbie Mainoo. What a player. 19 years of age, and he's managing to hold that midfield on his own. Because let's agree, let's just be honest, okay? Ericsson was not doing anything on that defense. Bruno was going for it. Granted, Bruno was trying his best to help out, but it's not the same thing. The kid literally was holding the midfield by himself, which is why when I saw the team sheet and I saw Kobbie Mainoo and Ericsson, I'm like, yeah, but Ericsson is not going to offer a lot of help to Mainoo. Like, Mainoo is going to be on his own. But listen, today, all the fears that I had were actually removed because Kobbie managed to hold that midfield. Yes, we considered 2 goals, but he was everywhere. He was everywhere. He was managing to cover the pitch here and there. And the beauty with Kobbie Mainoo is he's not just a good midfielder. He's a good midfielder that can think. Technically, he's good. And the fact that the kid is still growing, he's only 19. That means he's got a long time to grow his technical ability, to grow as a midfielder. Like, listen, what an amazing player. And for me, he will go quiet. He will go untalked about. He will go unmentioned. But listen, Kobbie Mainoo, for me, what a player. For me, my man of the match. I know it's ridiculous. I know it's crazy for most of you people. But Kobbie Mainoo, my man of the match. Ladies and gentlemen, with that said, I don't even want to talk about the negatives because I think the team played well. I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Dalot played well. Johnny Evans, I still, listen, yes, he managed to help Manchester United clear that ball, which was clearly going in. For me, no one is going to convince me that Johnny Evans was a good signing. No, okay, no. But him and Varane, I think, played well. It was good to see them holding the defense. We did, unfortunately, concede 2 goals, whatever that means, I don't know. But it was sad seeing them concede the goals with how they played. I think the first half we actually played well. We were actually playing well. Aston Villa only managed to score goals from set pieces, not from open play. So we were not that bad, right? So listen, I know the defense conceded 2 goals, but at the end, in the first half, we were so determined to win that game. The defense held its own. Dalot, Varane, Evans, and what's his name, Aaron Wan-Bissaka really managed to hold their own at the back line with the help of Kobbie Mainoo. But yeah, it was amazing to see. The only negative that I can talk about, ladies and gentlemen, Onana. Oh my gosh, that guy gets on every nerve, every last nerve. Like, Onana, for me, I'm sorry, we're going into the new year and I've never been convinced by Onana. Every time I see Onana, I'm just like, what couldn't De Gea have done differently? Okay, De Gea at least was managing to save shots coming at him. Onana, oh my gosh. Guys, listen, we concede so many goals with Onana. I'm sorry, no one's going to convince me he's a good goalkeeper. The fact that he's able to sweep, the fact that he's good at distribution, okay. But the main reason we have a goalkeeper is to keep the ball out of the nets. That's the most important thing. So people have poisoned us and have told us that no, we need a ball-playing goalkeeper. Well, we have a ball-playing goalkeeper, but we don't have a goalkeeper that can do the one thing a goalkeeper is for, which is keeping the ball out of the net. So I don't know what you guys think about Onana, but for me, he always keeps me uneasy, and that was the negative for me. I know there are a lot of negatives, the fact that we conceded goals, the fact that we don't still have a good style of play, the fact that we concede goals early all the time. Listen, today, if it weren't for the comeback, we all thought it was gonna end the same way it's been ending. Those are most of the negatives. It's in every game. But listen, I don't want to focus on the negatives today. I am happy. I don't care. People will be like, oh, don't be delusional. When was the last time we enjoyed a win like that? It's been long. So today, enjoy it. Forget about the fact that we're going to play the next team. Forget about the fact that we can possibly lose the next game. Forget about all that. Ladies and gentlemen, we beat an Aston Villa that everyone betted that we wouldn't beat. Enjoy the moment. I am going to enjoy the moment. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I had for you guys. Listen, Manchester United, no matter how many times you give us stress as your fans, we still love you. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what it's all about. We are always gonna be red. I will always be red. So yeah, so that's what I had for you guys today. Do comment down in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen, who was your man of the match. I know it was given to Garnacho, but who was your man of the match personally? I would love to know. So that's all I had for you guys today. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe, and do turn your notifications on to know when next I post the video. Bye bye.